What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. This is TWA Motorsports, and today, yes, we did sell a car, and we're gonna go talk about that in the shop here in just a minute, as well as some other things that I've got, and got a couple things to show you guys. Anyway, I figured we'd start up here in the top garage, and the reason why is I've had several people asking about the Audi, like, how's it doing? Any issues with it? And honestly, I probably need to take you guys on driving this thing, and I need to take it to the track because it's ridiculously fast for the size of it and how quiet it is. But anyway, let's talk about what's going on with it. Has there been any issues so far? I will tell you guys, there has been zero issues. Now I need to knock on some wood somewhere because, you know, cars like this can get very expensive to replace things on. I will tell you guys, in the last video, I did put brakes on it, and I'm not really happy with the brake feel. I think I need to bleed it, but I'll probably show you guys. I got a different method of doing it. I'll probably show you guys a video on that, but I had my son just pumping it up while I was cracking the bleeder valves, and I'm just not really happy with the pedal feel. So other than that, this thing has been great. Now I will tell you guys that I have priced brake rotors because normally in the last video, when I replaced the pads, I was doing that because I didn't like the dust on it, but if it were any other car, I'd probably replace the rotors because they do have a little bit of a lip on them. But I will tell you guys, these rotors are ridiculously expensive, especially for steel rotors. The whole entire set is about $3 grand. So if that tells you anything, it's crazy, crazy expensive to fix that. Of course, my warranty doesn't cover like wear items like brakes or tires. So that's something I'm gonna have to foot if I end up doing that. Now, it still has some life left in it. It's just if I were doing any other car and they were like $200 per rotor or something, I probably would have went ahead and replaced them. But man, $3 grand, that's a tough pill to swallow. I will tell you though, my wife really, really loves this car. And like I said, other than, you know, when I first bought it and the issues that I had, it's been trouble free. And I do like driving it. It is very quiet. It is really quick, but thought I'd give you guys an update. Had a couple people asking about it. It's really gross right now. It needs wash, but you'll see here in just a minute why it's so dirty. The weather is just nasty here, but let's go outside. We'll talk about some other updates on, you know, other projects and whatnot. And we'll also talk about what we sold. Outside, you can see why I'm talking. It's so nasty, the weather. Like you can see the snow, the salt, oh, it's gross. It's cold. The cows are going crazy out here. I think my neighbor's feeding them. Anyway, let's, so as you can see out here, the Yukon's still here. Hadn't sold it. I actually think that, I think I might have it sold, but not really sure there. Trailers out here. We still are in the same process on the Suburban. I will tell you guys, I told you in the last video on this thing that I did have a bumper. The bumper is at paint. He's scuffing it up. I think I'm gonna have to take this one off for him to paint match. I might even have to take him the Suburban. I just wanna make sure that the paint matches well. But the headlight is in, the bumper's ordered, all the parts are here. It's just finding the time to get it painted. He's busy. Anyway, that's kind of where we're at on this. The S10, we actually have a video coming very soon on the S10 because I needed to fix something, and I will show you guys a video on that. It's not really a fix, but you'll see in a coming video. But onto the garage here, you can see I've got stuff strung everywhere, and one of the things I'm going to show you guys in this video is, obviously it's cold out here, but I'm going to show you guys this heater that I just purchased and see what kind of difference it makes. Now, I've been back and forth on what I'm going to do on heat, and I'm not really sure yet, and I don't want to get into the expense of doing that just yet because I've spent a ton of money just building this building. But I figured a temporary heating source would do great. I have a buddy that has one of these, and he said it's absolutely amazing. So I'm going to unbox that and show you guys that in this video as well. Got a few things going on the truck, which you're going to see in a video very soon as well. Other than that, I want to show you guys a few things. I've got a mess right here from working on the truck, but I've got all the Trans Am stuff out here, out of my basement. So it's staring me in the face every time I walk out here. This is a huge undertaking that I've just not been able to get excited about right now. I don't know why, guys, but it seems like I'm going to work on it. That's why I moved this stuff out here. So it's in my way, making me think about it every time I'm out here. But anyway, a couple other things that I got for Christmas. My wife got me a couple cord reels that we're also going to hang up at some point. And then my parents got me a new hose reel for like the air hose. I got to hang that up at some point too. So I got a couple new lights to put in. As you guys, a couple of you guys said I needed more lights. I think you're right. So we're gonna put some more lights in very soon. But anyway, let's talk about, before we get to the heater, and we'll talk about the temperature out here. I can see my breath right now. We'll talk about the temperature out here, and we'll watch what that does as far as affecting the temperature with this spray and insulation. But what vehicle did I sell? I think it's pretty obvious when you look around here. We'll walk down to the end, so it's not like I'm hiding anything, and you guys saw outside. It's gross. We're missing a really, really big piece of the garage that, honestly, it's probably not super popular with all of you guys. It seems like the truck stuff, you guys like the truck stuff, you like the Trans Am, but the Corvettes really don't, they don't do well. A lot of people don't like them, or they just, you know, it's not as common as like the trucks. You know, like these trucks, it's kind of cool to see people work on these because they're getting older, they're affordable. But I did sell the ZR1, and so if you guys have been on this channel very long, we flush through cars a lot. It's obviously something that I do. I liked that car, but I didn't love that car. It was kind of an impulse buy. When I went to California on vacation, I wanted to buy a blue one. I had a blue one found, it sold on my way out there. Found another blue one, that deal was kind of fishy, and so I backed out on that. Well, then I'm the type of person, when I start looking for something, it just consumes my life. And so I found that black one in Denver. And so we actually drove to California from, we're in Missouri. We drove to California. On our way back, we drove through Denver, picked that up and drove it home. But black looks great, but it's insanely hard to keep clean. And I just didn't love the fact that it was black. I really wanted a blue one when I bought it. And why I bought a black one, I'm really not sure. Like I said, I'm kind of an impulse buyer, and when I get something in my head, I want to buy it. And then I got to thinking, well, if I buy a black one, maybe I could wrap it whatever color I wanted. But to be quite honest with you guys, I just never drove the thing, and it's tying up a ton of money. Obviously, those cars aren't cheap. I could buy like, you know, 3 or 4 trucks for what I have in that. Now, I'm not going to do that. But as of right now, I have no replacement thing in mind. Now, I've got a few little things that I'd like to buy that I've always kind of wanted, and at some point I'll probably buy one and you'll see it here. But I wanted to let you guys know that the Corvette, the ZR1, is gone. And it's actually, I sold it to a buddy of mine who has a dealership, and I think they may have it sold already. So it went really quick. I've been bugging him for a while. As a matter of fact, I test drove a Trackhawk about a month or 2 ago, like right after I bought my wife's car, and I was thinking about trading her car, her Audi, and the ZR1 in on the Trackhawk, but I just couldn't bring myself to spending $90,000 on a Jeep Cherokee. It just wasn't, I don't know, I just couldn't do it. It just seemed like, when I think of a Jeep Cherokee, I think of like a 90s Jeep Cherokee, and they're just worth nothing and they're junk, but I know that's a different animal. Anyway, just wanted to give you guys kind of an update on a few things that I've purchased, and what happened to the ZR1. I actually had one of you guys ask in the last video that I posted, was I the only one that missed the black ZR1 being gone? You're actually the only one who said anything. So yes, it is gone. It was gone in the last video as well. I just haven't had time. I've been so busy working out here and doing stuff, trying to make videos. I've probably got like 4 videos started that the weather hasn't cooperated with me to finish. So like the green truck, you guys have seen a little bit on it, but there's way more coming, which is really exciting. Been doing a couple things on this guy. I have, as a matter of fact, done a few little things here, but I've been super busy and haven't had the ability to make a video just like this showing you guys kind of an update. But anyway, let's get into the heater. I really want to pull this thing out. Obviously it's cold out here, and I want to test this insulation. Let's see how warm we can get it out here. I did bring a thermometer. This is actually out of an old dealership. I went to an auction and got this, which is kind of cool. But right now it is showing that it is, well, it's about 31 degrees outside, about 31 degrees outside. This has been sitting out here for about 20 minutes now, and we are showing like 44 degrees. So that's pretty chilly. And it's really kept me from doing stuff out here because the weather's been like this the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. But I want to see in what amount of time we can get this manageable out here. So we're going to unwrap this thing. I'm going to set you guys up on a tripod. Let's get this thing out of the box and see if we can get it fired up. So as you see, we got it unwrapped, and look how big this thing is. So we got a little bit of assembly to do. I'll time lapse that, and then we'll pour some fuel in it and get this thing burning. Got it all together. These instructions suck, and it says to put the bearing on the outside. There's like a little spacer. Well, if you do that, then the wheels touch the tank. So it goes on the inside. So it goes that rod for the wheels, then it goes through the metal on the bottom, then that spacer, then the wheel, then a washer, then the cotter key, then the cap. And then this thing, I have no idea, unless this is like meant for safety on the front of this thing to keep people away from it. Like if it bolts there, but that'd be like right, I don't know. There's nothing in the instructions about this piece. So, and honestly, I've never even seen one of those on there. Doesn't have any pictures. So at this point, I'm gonna fill this thing up with some fuel. It can burn kerosene, diesel, a couple other fluids, I think, but I've got some diesel fuel. That's what we're gonna use. So first time using it, 44 degrees in here. We're gonna see, I got it plugged in, so you obviously have to plug it in for the blower. It says to turn it off here, make sure that there's no leaks or damage from the factory, and there's not. It says to turn this to the on position, and then set it at the lowest temperature setting. So, extension cord requirements. Oh, it does have extension cord requirements. We may have to switch that out actually, because this extension cord is not very thick. So we'll go grab another extension cord, and then I think that's pretty much it. We turn this setting to where we want it, and then hit the on button. It should self-ignite. So we are going to try it here. All right, so here goes nothing. So we got it to the, it says here on the side here to turn the thermostat to the lowest setting. So that is straight down. We're gonna turn this thing on. So it seems to be going. I know it's kind of loud, but I think once we get it heated up in here, we can turn this thing off or maybe turn it down. Maybe it gets a little quieter, but we'll keep testing. So remember, we started out at 44 degrees. Let's see what it goes to in 5 minutes. So it's been 5 minutes. I've got it on the other side of the shop from the thermometer. And let's take a look at what we've got. So remember, we were 44 when we started. It's about 30 degrees outside. We are up to almost 48 degrees in 5 minutes. So we're gonna test it again here. Let's set another 5 minutes on the clock here and see what it's at after 10 minutes of running. We're about, okay, we're gonna call that good. So 15 seconds, same spot, so it's been 10 minutes. I'm gonna cancel that and we'll check back. I'm gonna set it for 10. But as of right now, running for 10 minutes, we are at 54, almost 55 degrees. That is absolutely crazy in 10 minutes how quick that heats. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set it for another 10 minutes. We'll check it. And then probably what I'll do is if it's above, let's say if it's 65 or above within 10 minutes, let's go ahead and set that actually. If it's above that within 10 minutes, I'll probably shut it off and we'll see how long it maintains this temperature with me just maybe walking in and out of the door a couple times and give it maybe an hour or 2 hours of rest to see how good this foam insulation is. Now, I know that it's probably pretty good, but in my opinion, that's the way we're going to test it, because I don't want this thing running in here. You guys, obviously, while I'm making videos, that's going to be really annoying. But for test purposes, let's just see how long it will sustain the temperature that I want to keep it at. At this point, we're at about 21 minutes, and we are up to 64 degrees. And so 20 minutes, we've went from 44 to 64. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let it get up to 70, and then we're gonna completely shut it down. And then I'm gonna let it go for about 2 hours, and we will check on it from there. After running for about another 10 minutes, we're up to 70 degrees in here, right at 70. So let's go shut this thing off, and then like I said, we'll set a timer for about 2 hours and see how much the temperature's dropped in here. All you have to do is just turn this thing off, turn the thermostat back down, and let's see. I'm gonna go set my timer. It's so much quieter in here without it on. All right, 2 hours. We'll watch this the thermometer here and see where we get to. And I'm gonna be going in and out of the garage, so it's gonna be a test of how much this will sustain the heat. So we're testing two things. We're testing not only the heater, but we're testing this insulation. At this point, guys, it's been 2 hours. I just reset my alarm, and we are down to about 52 degrees. So now I've been in and out of that door about 20 times. My son's been in and out a couple times. So just the fact that it's dropped, the temperature's dropped outside as well. It's now 28. 2 hours worth, I can't complain. I think this, I think once it's warm in here for a while, I think some of this stuff will absorb that and it'll stay warm longer. Just shooting it up to 70 and then shutting it off probably isn't, you know, I could probably turn that thermostat down, let it go down a little bit, and just let it kind of idle per se. But I think it's doing its job. I like it. It's gonna work for now. I think eventually I'll probably put some sort of heat and air in the shop, but for the budget that I want to spend right now, to me, this is worth it. And I'll list it in the description down below. It's about 350 bucks. And like I said, I think it'll, and then I'll be able to use it on other stuff. Like we'll have a Christmas here, and sometimes we eat in the upstairs garage, and it'll be nice to have it for stuff like that. So twofold, but you can see my breath again, as you can see, but it's not too bad out here. Anyway, guys, I know that some of you are going to be disappointed about the Corvette, but just know that eventually we probably will find something else. But I got a lot of stuff going on right now with the Trans Am, the white truck, the old truck. I really want to get a motor swap on it, and of course the green truck. But and then we got to get the Suburban fixed. Anyway, wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on kind of some of that stuff as well. But if you did enjoy this video, like always, guys, please smash that thumbs up button. If you are not subscribed, guys, go down, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell icon. That notifies you every time we drop a new video. And stay tuned to see what we work on next.